contains the blueprint for and the densest storage mechanism known in the universe. For example, contained in head volume DNA would fill a stack of 100 times higher than from here to the moon. The design of such an incredible system indicates supremely intelligent design.
The evidence to me that just cries out to God is the study of DNA. Is a very powerful, massive information storage system. In fact, DNA, the genes, actually is like books of information by a language system. It's absolutely phenomenal. And scientists know today that languages of code only come from intelligence, and information only comes from information ever seen matter by itself give rise to code. Nobody's ever seen matter by itself give rise to information. And as you look at DNA, it actually cries out the beginning, God in the universe.
We all begin as a single cell, size of the end of a sentence. How does that cell know how to build? 100 cells in it, thousands of different kinds, and each of them is so complex, nanochemical machinery beyond our comprehension of how it works. Encoded is the instruction manual. It's the manual how to build and operate every part of this incredible body made up of 100 cells.
Furthermore, DNA is a molecule that is replicating. Each molecule to make an identical copy quickly and efficiently. The Lord has even programmed DNA to detect and correct replication errors. Sophisticated far exceed man's means.
God has created the DNA molecule in such a way that it is self-correcting. There are proteins, enzymes that go up and down the DNA floor and making repairs on a minute-by-minute, second-by-second basis. God created us with the DNA. It has what we call tutorial-type enzymes. Just as an editor reads a newspaper or a book looking at mistakes, so God has created special enzymes that go up and down our DNA model, repairing in ways reasonably complex.
Any example of things that demonstrate the biblical? One would be in our very DNA. Our DNA has information in it, and there is a whole field of scientific study called information science, which studies how information originates, how it's transmitted, and so on. Science says that information never originates in matter, never spontaneously. The copying of information back to its source, it always comes back to a mind. And of information in DNA that tells me that DNA is from intelligence, not something that can possibly come about through millions of years of it just won't work.
Even the DNA molecule is compared to cells. All life consists of cells, and each cell functions in miniature cities consider that a human body consists of cells working together as one unit should be of our Creator's inner and perfect wisdom. Every seed is a miniature miracle. God has programmed the tiny sequoia seed to be the largest tree on earth, reaching nearly 100 feet tall and weighing many tons. God has designed the humble field of bounty of delicious fruit for years to come. And God has planted a multitude of seeds to produce spectacular blossoms in abundance. Consider the many varieties of seeds. As stated in Genesis, seed always produces after its own kind. And just as the Lord intended, the fruits and byproducts that they bear have supplied the needed food and resource environment.
Genesis, God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit that yields fruit according to kind, whose seed is in itself on earth," and it was so. So the Creator made life with the ability to reproduce after its kind. This answers the question, which came first, the seed or the plant life? With the seed itself.
Seeds, masterpieces of micro miniaturization. Inside the seed is a little baby, a little like plant. It's already got leaves, and a root that's surrounded by us and filled with all kinds of receptors listening in to environmental signals, so it knows moisture conditions, how much oxygen, all these present before it will sprout. And the first seeds we find as fossils look just like the seeds that we have today. The seed is the first reproductive structure God made on Creation Day 3, and it's the way it lives ever since. Have multiple kind.
Today, scientists have discussed Scripture stated all along, unassuming seed is life itself. Living cell, tiny factories of amazing complexity, has been able to build a synthetic seed. Simple. Seeds are programmed to remain.
The birds and creatures still testify to God's goodness and wisdom. We'll now turn our attention to birds and
waters of the world are creatures more magnificent than man could ever have. The enormous assortment of oceans, the unlimited ability of our Creator, and each sea creature has been designed with remarkable functionality. God equipped the octopus with a form of propulsion, suction technology, and self-adjusting camouflage superior to any man-made design. As this giant octopus morphs into a rock, its color, shape, and texture are transformed in an instant. The squid on the left is a male. He shows a brownish red courtship pattern toward the female, while simultaneously showing a white fighting pattern on his opposite side of rival males. Besides, his markings actually dual simultaneous signaling demonstrates God's engineering. Underwater relationships reside in design planning. Sea anemones are God has enabled certain fish to safely cohabitate in their environment. For example, clown fish designed with immunity to the poison not have been in their generation on extinct, evolving official immunity. The schooling pattern of fish is still researched. The ability for fish to dart with synchronized movements reveals the guiding hand of a grand character. Different dwell at specific levels of the ocean depths. This capability is the result of a special designed air bladder, which supplies bloodstream, regulating the pressure, maintaining equilibrium. Allowing fish to survive at various waters within a range by the creator.
One of my absolutely favorite sea creatures is the pearly nautilus, the chambered nautilus. Here's a shell shop. When you cut these down the middle, woo, look at that, all these little chambers inside. The animal that lives last chamber here is essentially a squid. It has little tentacles coming out the front like that. All these little chambers enable it to regulate its buoyancy like a submarine does. Inside amazing squid, there's an eye that sees the world like we do. There's a digestive system with salivary glands and a pancreas gland. 3 different parts. There's complex inside as well. Yet, fossils of this kind of creature are among the first to be found. A marvelous testimony to God's creativity.
When I look at the sea creatures created, I look in particular to the fish. Amazing creatures. Start streamlined efficiency. The fact that it's designed to extract oxygen from the water in such an efficient manner. The fact that they have pleasing aesthetic values, and also, of course, the quantities of food they provide for man. Fish have always been fish, according to the fossil record,